The Formula One world is once again abuzz with the latest news from the legendary Ferrari team. After performing below expectations in the season-opening Bahrain GP, the spotlight is now on two big names, Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. Both have finally spoken out, expressing their feelings about the team's disappointing performance and the huge challenges they face at the start of the season. What exactly has caused Ferrari to fall short of expectations once again? Let's discuss it. Ferrari had to face a bitter reality in the opening series of the 2025 Formula One season. Despite entering the Bahrain Grand Prix with high hopes, even aiming for the podium, the prancing horse team had to settle for 4th and 5th place. Charles Leclerc, who started from the front row, could only bring home 4th place. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton, who started his Ferrari debut from 9th position, put in a solid performance and finished the race in P5. Behind this result, however, the mood within the Ferrari team was not entirely gloomy. Instead, team boss Frederic Vasseur called for calm and consistency. According to him, in the midst of high pressure and expectations for the legendary Italian team, it is important for all parties, including the fans and the media, not to rush to emotional judgments. Charles Leclerc, tipped from the outset to be the main challenger to Red Bull and McLaren this season, could not hide his disappointment at missing out on a podium. Starting from 2nd position, Leclerc had fought his way to the front but was unable to maintain his position as the race entered a critical phase. McLaren's Lando Norris managed to overtake him at the end of the race to finish 3rd. In a post-race interview, the Monaco driver said that Ferrari are not competitive enough at the moment. "We're not fast enough, that's the conclusion," Leclerc told Sky Sports F1. "We don't have the speed in the car. Mercedes are better than us in terms of degradation. Soft tires? We couldn't keep them long enough. It's disappointing because I think I did everything right, but in the end we're only P4. Leclerc also said that although the car's performance in qualifying could be salvaged by various technical tricks and settings, actual race conditions revealed the Ferrari car's fundamental weakness, lack of grip. In qualifying we could hide the car's shortcomings a little. But in the race, no grip means no grip. It creates a snowball effect. The longer the race, the more we lose," he added. In the midst of a challenging career, Lewis Hamilton showed incredible resilience and fighting spirit in his first race with Ferrari. After a disappointing qualifying performance in which he felt he fell short of expectations, Hamilton was unsparing in his criticism of himself. But his spirit did not stop there. Once the race got underway, he proved that his determination was unwavering. Through a series of brilliant moves, Hamilton managed to regain his position by fighting his way up the field and eventually finishing in 5th place. This extraordinary recovery not only amazed the fans, but also earned praise from Ferrari team manager Frederic Vasseur, who said Hamilton's attitude reflected the dedication and competitive spirit that still burns within him. "I completely understand Lewis' frustration on Saturday night after qualifying. From practice to Q2, he was consistently just 2/10 behind Charles. But in Q3 everything changed. His first lap had to be retired and his second, despite his best efforts, ended in an inevitable mistake. In the high-pressure world of Formula One, one small mistake can change everything. At this level, one moment of carelessness can cost you 6 or 7 positions," explained Vasseur, who understood Hamilton's disappointment. However, Vasseur saw the positive side of Hamilton's emotions after a disappointing qualifying session. "The fact that he was disappointed. I really like that," said Vasseur with a smile that showed a hint of pride. "It shows how much Lewis cares about his race. He knows he can do better and has high standards. That's what makes him so special, especially as a world champion. Today he proved his worth by being very strong and consistent. His recovery on the track was solid and showed a champion's mentality that is not easily shaken." Vasseur added that although their relationship is just beginning, Hamilton's understanding of Ferrari's cars will continue to grow. "This process is part of a long journey that must be taken together. We are at the beginning of our collaboration, and I am trying to push him as much as possible. But I think we have a very good starting point. We will certainly continue to work harder, and I hope that the results will improve as time goes by," added Vasseur, who is looking forward to the next races. With his dramatic recovery, Hamilton has shown the world that frustration is not the end of everything, but rather a starting point to get up and fight harder. The mental and physical recovery he has shown not only proves his quality as a driver, but also as a leader who is always ready to face challenges at every stage of his career. Faced with the internal dynamics of the team, the pressure from the media and the high expectations of the fans, Vasseur stressed the importance of maintaining stability in his decision-making. He refused to get caught up in short-term assessments, insisting that Ferrari's long-term approach has paid off over the past 2 seasons, even if it has yet to be seen in the form of a World Championship trophy. In terms of management, I think we need to be relaxed and calm. We have ups and downs like all teams. But ours are more extreme because we are Ferrari, said the Frenchman. If we want to maintain consistency, and we have done well in the last 2 years, we have to continue to focus on the details. Improving a tenth of a second can make a big difference. I am convinced that we are on the right track. Vasseur also said that Ferrari's current performance is not stable. Sometimes they look capable of challenging McLaren and Mercedes, but at other times they seem to be falling behind. I think if you look at the average this season, we are still missing 2 to 4 tenths of a second. Sometimes we can fight, like in the sprint race in China or the second stint in Bahrain. But in general we are still missing something. With their results at the Bahrain GP, Ferrari are now 4th in the Constructors' Championship with a total of 57 points. Although they are not yet in a position to lead, the gap between them and the top teams is still quite small. Ferrari are only 14 points behind Red Bull, who are currently in 3rd place, a gap that is very realistic to close, especially considering that this year's F1 season is still long and full of possibilities. Each race ahead will be a valuable opportunity to close the gap, or even turn the tables, if they can maintain consistent performance and maximize the potential of the SF25 car. With many series remaining, including several tracks that have historically suited the characteristics of Ferrari's cars, the opportunity to rise remains wide open. Ferrari's main focus right now is certainly not just scoring points, but how they react internally to this result. Evaluation and improvement must be comprehensive, both in terms of technical and race strategy. The Maranello-based team has an exceptional human asset, a talented pair of drivers who complement each other. Charles Leclerc, the young driver who is loyal and continues to show a high fighting spirit, remains the team's hope for the future. On the other hand, the presence of Lewis Hamilton as a new driver brings a wealth of experience, a championship mentality and a strong determination to win the title again. This combination, if used properly, could be a great strength for Ferrari in the face of tough competition this season. However, for Ferrari to really be in the running for the title, both as a constructor and as a driver, they must immediately resolve a number of technical issues that have been plaguing them since the beginning of the season. Tire degradation, lack of grip especially at high temperatures, and inconsistent performance between practice, qualifying and races are the main homework that can no longer be postponed. If Ferrari can overcome these challenges in the near future, it is not impossible that they will once again be a fearsome dominant force, not just a challenger, but a truly serious contender in the fight for the World Championship this season. That hope is still alive, and now it all depends on how fast they move. Can Ferrari turn their great potential into a real victory before the season fades away and their chances dwindle? Write your opinion below.